Never mind. I'm Jeff Stein with today's Iowa Politics Report. It sort of slipped under the radar last week, with everyone paying attention to passage of a bill to more than double the number of IRS agents. Oh, and the FBI raid of a former president's house. But the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, quietly gave notice that we no longer need to engage in 6 feet of social distancing, and unvaccinated people no longer need to quarantine. After being so harsh on citizens who have said all along that the one-size-fits-all rules on such things were inappropriate, well, now the agency says looser rules are just fine, even though there is really no significant development in the science to suggest why the change was made. Immediately, I was reminded of the Saturday Night Live character Emily Latella, who would rant and rave about something, only to find out that she didn't hear it correctly the first time. Then she would smile and say, "Never mind," as if that made it all okay. Pardon my cynicism, but I think it's warranted given how some in government craved power and craved keeping as much of it as possible. The Washington Post wrote about the new government position by noting that this loosening of many of its recommendations was, in the Post's words, no doubt fed to them by the government, a strategic shift that puts more of the onus on individuals rather than on schools, businesses, and other institutions to limit viral spread. Glad they figured out what we here in the free state of Iowa have known since the earliest days of COVID. Namely, individual responsibility was key in all this, regardless of any institutional rules. Individual responsibility. You know, the stuff our entire American experience and government was based upon. Again, I welcome the change, but it's obviously much more of a political maneuver than one based on the science. You remember the science, right? Just like everything else this administration has done regarding COVID for the past year and a half, it's politics over science and polling results over common sense. And that's the Iowa Politics Report for Monday, August 15. On Twitter, Instagram, Gitter, Parler, and Truth Social at Iowa Politics. I'm Jeff Stein on News Talk 1540 KXEL.